You're going to need today are your paintbrush, pencil, something to blot with, and your paper. Start out by adding a drip of water to each of the colors to activate the paint. Now you're going to paint an area a light wash. Try to keep it even, nice and even, not too dark, but remember it does dry lighter when you finish. You need to observe some actual leaves. I went outside and looked at leaves, looked at the negative space and the shapes. You might need to get pictures of leaves if it's wintertime. Look at your leaf, spend some time with it, and draw a nice big leaf on your page. It doesn't have to fill the page because you're going to add some other leaves. Look at the edges, the contours, the jaggedy little zigzags. Overall, get a basic essence of your leaf in your drawing. Draw a second leaf, being slightly overlapped by the first leaf. It can be a little smaller, but you should fill up some of that negative space on your page with this second leaf. Now you're going to paint the negative space. The negative space is what's not the leaves. Paint it in a little bit of a darker color, and you can see where I made mistakes on the drawing. Just paint right over it. Don't try to erase it, just paint over it. Use the side of the brush and the tip of the brush to kind of get down inside the little zigzags, but paint the negative. Now we're going to repeat the same process. I'm going to draw a few more leaves. They're maple leaves, and I'm going to make them a little smaller, but I'm still looking at my leaf each time I'm drawing it. Going to paint the negative space again, just around the new leaves. Don't paint over the leaves that you painted originally. Just go around the new leaves a bit of a darker color. Remember, it does dry lighter as it dries, but it's clearly now the new leaves are emerging. That darker color is clear, and you can see the new leaves coming out. Try it one more time. Smaller leaves, just a few around in the negative space. Now when we paint, we don't use much water, but you're painting the negative space again, just a little darker, and you can see that I don't paint all of it, I just kind of let it fade just around those new leaves, but it fades gradually so there's not a line, and you can blot it if you get too much paint or it makes a line where you're changing. Go back in and add some details, but first I want to separate those two first leaves that I painted. So I'm going to make the underneath leaf a little darker or greener just to separate them. And then I'm going to look at my leaf and I'm going to find some more negative space. See the veins? I'm just going to paint the veins by not painting the veins, if that makes sense, which is what you've done all along. You've not painted the leaves, you've painted the space around it. So you can see how I'm adding some detail of the veins in my leaves now. And then I'm done, and I have a lovely painting of some leaves. You can do this with trees as well, or flowers, or whatever you want, just thinking about the negative space, step by step.